L.E.A.D is an acronym, and you will soon know what L.E.A.D. You just need to follow this process, and you know how you are going to start your marketing, hopefully by Monday. Okay. I'm actually going to start with the alphabet E. This is the word which makes the difference between ethical and unethical marketing. Listen very carefully. This word makes the difference between what is unethical, mostly in India and actually across the world, and what is ethical. All you need to do in marketing is this. If you do this well, patients will love you, patients will trust you, patients will realize that you are the expert, patients will realize that this is the man I want to go, or this is the lady I want to go and get treated. All you need to do is this word. And how to do it, I will tell you as we go along. Simple. Educate. I'm happy to just expose myself because I'm doing the same. Would you agree? I'm educating you, and this is a platform for me to market. I'm not here to sell anything, but I'm here to invite you to join me on my program, which will make a difference in your life and consequently my life, because I learn, I share, and I grow. I made a very important statement now, which you need to remember. As a dentist, we always have this in our head that I'm selling. I need to sell this implant. I need to do DSD. I need one patient. I need to sell it. No. You are going to make a difference in somebody's life by giving that implant. You are going to make a difference in somebody's life by actually doing the smile design for them, increasing their confidence, and changing their happiness forever. If you have that in mind, you are just inviting people to come along to get that treatment done, and all you need to do is educate. So once you take this whole thing out of your mind, that I'm selling, this education doesn't become artificial. You are with me, yes or no? Yes. Yes, thank you. I might ask that question because I'm sure people are listening, but I just need that little expression there. So education is important. Now, how do you start educating is also very important. So I call it as the 5 keys to success. You might want to write this down or take a picture. I'm sure everybody takes a picture nowadays. But I call it actually not the keys, but I call it the P's to success. Always easy to remember in acronyms and alliterations. 5 P's. So now start thinking. I'm going to give you the concept first. One more thing before I progress. Quite a few people are sitting here and thinking, I need to start jotting down tactics. Manish, आता सांगणार आहे एक Facebook, website, SEO, blah 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 मी लिहून घेणार आणि सोमवारपासून I will start. No. You need to understand the concept, and yes, after the tea break, I'm going to share tactics. So after the tea break, don't go, because I'm going to give you 10 free strategies or free tactics which you can use in 2 days' time. You don't need to invest any money. I'm going to give you the top 10 free strategies. That's after tea. But before tea, you just need to understand the concept of marketing. Otherwise, you won't understand the tactics. Is that okay, team? Yeah? Good. So 5 P's. First, I came to the forum first time in India on 14 June 2015, where kindly Dr. Rajiv Verma sir agreed to do the keynote, which gave me a launching pad, so thank you once again. And we tried to see this with the help of my friend Dr. Samir Bhandari, whom I owe a lot, we got 130 dentists in the room who didn't know me. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Some of them came to hear Rajiv Verma and I passed along, but some of them had this, and that's why they came into the room. And the problems were exactly what I was facing before I made the change. Repeating it again, how to start a business, structure and systems in the practice, being a leader, selling, showcasing, getting new patients. Same 6 problems. If you dwell into your problems, if at all they are challenges, you will always see there are only 6 things which you come to. We only promoted that program on challenges. So going back to your patients, there might be a patient who has a missing molar or maybe 2 molars, but he thinks that is life. He is eating with 20 teeth and he thinks that is life. He doesn't understand that he has a problem. So my message to you is, when you start writing, when you do a video, when you talk to somebody in your chair or through your video, through your newsletter, through any tactic you use as marketing tactic, talk about the problems and educate people about the problems. So, for example, missing molars can cause loss of function. Loss of function can cause indigestion because you are not eating well. Indigestion can cause ill health, and basically the overall status is negative. So I'm giving a very crude example, but now discolored teeth and broken teeth are okay, but you have a problem because you're not smiling. You're walking around like this, or you're doing a photograph with the side profile because you don't want to smile. Internally, they might know that this is a problem sometimes, but if somebody tells them, the awareness increases, and that's where the word problem is. So if you don't educate them with their problem, there is no further movement down these 5 P's. Yeah? The next one is where you have established the problem, but they need to know that you have a product or a solution for them. So the next level of marketing or education in marketing is telling them about the product. So for example, missing molars, Vadlani or my dad had a denture, so denture is the only option. There are quite a few people who don't know what implants are. So if you don't educate them with the product, nothing is happening. Next P is pain. When do patients actually come to you nowadays? Yeah. So physical pain, we don't need to sell. Yeah? But there is another pain which is called as the pain in the buying cycle. How many of you understand buying cycle? No? Good. Let me give you an example. A gentleman came to me in 2013 and he had discolored and broken down teeth. So I said to him, you need some whitening, you need some veneers, you need some dental hygiene, you need some gum lasering and stuff. So I gave him a cosmetic plan, and that's what I left him with. And he listened and he said, yes, I would like to do it and I'll come back to you. And he did it. And we didn't chase him, things went on and things happened. He came again 2015. I didn't say anything. I thought maybe he's done. He doesn't want it. So I excluded him. I didn't talk about this plan. 2016, he came back and I learned a few new things. So I thought I better mention it to him. So I said, oh, let me just talk you through again, because 2013 we spoke about it and his eyes went like zoom. He started listening. And I thought there is something different now, that this man is starting to listen to me. And I carried on, and within 5 minutes, he actually signed a check and said, yes, I want it. What had changed? his pain on the buying cycle had reached the peak because he was getting married in September. And his fiancée hated his smile. And it was in him, it just needed that trigger to say, let's revisit this. Actually, I did a mock-up. In 2013, I did do a mock-up. So as soon as I did a mock-up and I disclosed the plan, he said, yes, go for it. So the thing is, as long as you educate, so what I did with the mock-up was, I educated the patient about what the product was. It amplified his problem because I showed him the results, and suddenly his pain went there. Yeah? My pain, I used to wear glasses, and I used to hate the contact lenses. I couldn't go swimming, and always the fear was, if I do laser eye, I might lose my eyes. But there was a trigger factor. Actually the problem was money. In UK it was costing 3,500 pounds. I used to say, I'll go to India and get it done, I'll go to India and get it done. So let me share this quick thing about pain. So I'm sitting in this Optical Express specialist in UK, and they're showing me laser eye detection 1, 2, 3, 4, all the stages. They're explaining me well, they're creating the wow factor. And I've gone in because they had advertised that it's costing 450 pounds. So because it's costing 450 pounds, that was a trigger for me to go in, and I went in, and they took me through the process, and by the end of it I realized the 450 pounds was the one where they were going to take a knife, put it in my eye, correct it, and my eyes were going to be corrected. And the 3,500 one was 2 minutes, laser dip, done. But my pain was, or the problem was, money. 3,500 pounds, one go. But they simplified it. They said still 450 pounds per month, and you can spread it over 8 months. And I said, yes, that's affordable. So I was at the pain point, but there were challenges, and they just simplified the challenge. But they had to educate me up to that level to actually help me buy into that thing. So going back, education with this point, and you have to just relate it to your field now when you go back. How am I going to educate my patients with the problems, the product, and the pain? Yeah? Fifth is price. That's always the objection, and I would say just educate what your prices are, and also educate. I'm sure you might have heard the Bajaj Finance Services has started. It's not open for all, but I'm sure it will soon become a part of India. The interest-free credit or spreading your payment options. So educate patients if you have a spread out option, and that will help you get more patients. So marketing through price, but not devaluing yourself, but giving them the options is also very important. The fifth P, which we can't do much about, is priorities. Son's school fees, wife's kitchen, parents in the hospital. These might be priorities. Dentistry might come later. But if you have educated them well on problems, product, pain, price, their priority can go up. You can't change anybody's priority, but if you can change their education about the first 4 P's, their priority can change. They can get their dental health to the top priority.